evening. This center, CRS, is the Art Center and the Healing Center. And our healing work is based on A Course in Miracles. So we are miracle workers, all of us, and we are doing so many things to be a witness of the miracles and healing. And I myself provide a private healing counseling session and teaching Course in Miracles, and I attend so many yoga class and ballet class here too. So, but anyway, I announced that I was going to talk about how to communicate with the Holy Spirit, your inner guide, your higher self, or true self. So in 20 minutes or so. It's difficult, but number one, all human beings are talking about the Holy Spirit. Zoroaster, Greek Stoicism, Islamic, and Buddhism, and Sufism, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Henry Thoreau, everyone, each human being talking and try to connect with the Holy Spirit. So always, our human, always connected with your spirit. And we are connecting with our spirit, always. So to live on the earth as a human is equal to receive the message from your spirit. So meaning, everyone can do it. Everyone can ask to your inner teacher and receive the right answer all the time. So you don't need to think which way I should go, which restaurant I should go. We don't need to think by ourselves. We all the time can ask our inner wise teacher. So I can give you some examples. I was so amazed this year through my session and my client. First one, Japanese woman I met 2 years ago. She lives in Japan. She lived in Japan back then. Kind of big city between Osaka and Tokyo. And she's late 20s and have the 9-to-5 job, and she's not into sitting at all. And she lived with the parents, and the parents really worry about her and when she got married. And she also started worrying about when she can get married. And she asked me, so Yasuko-san, why I wanted to take your session? I want to know when I can get married. So, and I said, okay, let's ask our inner teacher. And I received the answer. Answer was two answers I received. One is, oh, strange. This person shouldn't be in Japan now. This person should be abroad by now. This is the one answer. And the second answer is, oh, this person should be a dancer. And if she doesn't dance, it's strange. So these two answers I received. And I told my client, and she said, you failed. So I never speak any English nor foreign language, and I never interested in going abroad. And plus, to be a dancer, first I have to lose weight, maybe 50 pounds. So, and I'm a very far person from any kind of exercise. So, and I said, well, sounds weird, but inner teacher said so anyway. And I said, okay, we don't need to fix it today's answer, but I can teach you how to connect your inner teacher. So that day, I told her how to ask your Holy Spirit. Number one, you have to tell yourself, I do not perceive my own best interest. Okay? We do not know what we really want. We do not know what is really good for us. Okay? For example, that woman believed to get married is the best thing for her. But you never know, right? So then first you have to admit that, okay, I don't know what I really want. So, and ask Holy Spirit, please show me what is a really good, best for me. Okay? So, and that woman said, okay, at least I promise I will do it. Right? And 2 years have passed. And she emailed me from not Japan, from Sri Lanka. So what she's doing now, she's teaching dance to the young kids, young boys and girls in terrorism group. What's this? What's this? So meaning, in Sri Lanka, there was so much religious war, and there are some terrorist groups. And how they do their training, they just, I don't know, kidnapped or some not, but they gathered so many young kids and just gave them their training with gun shooting and so many others. And kids, they don't know what's going on. And they are so lost, they are struggling, and they have a pain inside. So my client asking Holy Spirit, and she found a tiny yoga studio between her place and her workplace. So, and she thought, maybe I cannot dance, but maybe I'm interested in yoga. And she took a yoga class. And at the yoga class, they had the plan to go to India and kind of some intensive course. And she went, and over there she saw so many other people and traveled the Himalaya and so many, such kind of thing. So all the time she asked the Holy Spirit. Someone said, why don't you come? She didn't decide by herself. She just asked the Holy Spirit. So please show me what's the best thing to me. And if answer is yes, she goes. If answer is no, she doesn't. So then 2 years later, she somehow in Sri Lanka with the very big star, actress. Somehow she met her. That actress is a really successful one. She's a successful actress in Hollywood too. And she's doing a really big volunteer work everywhere for peace. So, and one of her project is teaching kids in terrorism group to find themselves through dance movement. So then my client met her and she herself trained dance, and now she's teaching. See? When you are told you are a dancer and you imagine that dancer is the people who are on the stage, Carnegie Hall and Opera House, you just shut off your mind. But you never know what that means. So then you do not decide what you want and what is not yours. Don't decide by yourself. Okay? And another case is the, also a woman. She's late 30s, she came to me because she was just diagnosed the ovarian cancer. And ovarian cancer is the kind of difficult to find in the early stage, usually kind of too late. But very fortunate, her case is still early stage. So doctor was so happy and wanted to make a plan for the oophorectomy. And then my client said, I don't want to get surgery. Right? And because I don't want to get some scar, I don't want my boyfriend to know about it. So she was scared, and I don't want to get surgery. And Yasuko-san, maybe you can do something for me. I don't want to do surgery. And I said, okay, ask our inner teacher again. And I asked, and answer is this, oh, do surgery immediately. Because she's full of fear, and the surgery is really helpful to give him back a little room and a little peaceful mind. So I told her, and she said, no, I don't want. Then half a year passed. Cancer was everywhere already. And she was more and more struggling with pain, and she finally went back to doctor. After she spent a huge amount of money for so many alternative things. Then doctor said, it's too late, there is nothing we can do. And then I talked with her on the phone. She was in the bed. She couldn't move at all. And intestinal obstruction happened. And now she has to do colostomy. And she can't eat, and she can't eliminate anything. So then I asked Holy Spirit and just say, please help us to be free from fear. And I told her what she has to focus on is only one thing. Ask your Holy Spirit, inner guide, inner teacher, yourself, just please help me to be free from fear. And please help me to be peace. And she said, peace in this condition? And I said, yes, just peace in this condition. And I do it for you, and you have to ask. It was last June, I think. She recovered. She gained weight back, and she even went back to work. And plus, she's working now because she has to give back all the debt, spending for the alternative thing. But she's now so excited to learn more about eating and healthier diet, and she is preparing for teaching people. What's this? There is nothing too late. You don't need to say it's too late. There is nothing like that. Life is always can correct and can get back to your confidence and health and your joy. So I said, everyone can ask your inner teacher, and everyone can get the answer. And to do so, number one, you have to tell yourself that I do not know what I really want. I do not know what's the best thing for me. So I believe this. This is the best, but maybe not. Maybe bigger one is yours. So then all the time ask bigger one. And just help me. You ask yourself, help me. And healing is only one thing, free from fear. So then ask Holy Spirit, please help me to be free from fear. So those simple things, so you can change. Any questions? No question? Yes.
Can you recommend a practice to help us to connect with our higher self, our Holy Spirit? Is there any special exercises that we can incorporate to know that we are receiving the information from the Holy Spirit?
Well, I recommend to be closer to Holy Spirit. So to be a good friend and closer friend and buddy and your husband, secret lover, and finally, oh, this is me. So you have to be closer to this inner teacher, this Holy Spirit. To do so, you have to communicate. You have to talk with Holy Spirit all the time, as often as possible. Course in Miracles was dictated by the Columbia University medical psychotherapist Helen Shackman, 1965 to 1975, and the huge book. And give you one more example of the Holy Spirit. She is good at communicating with her spirit. And she's really intelligent, and her status is really high. But she has the some addiction. She can't stop shopping, right? And very close to her office, there is a nice shoe store street there. Every day she can't resist to stop by, and she feels so bad about it. And she asked Holy Spirit that, oh, I should stop this. How can I stop this? But the answer is, oh, you don't need to stop that. This is the answer. And she said, really? No, you don't need to stop that. Shop. So, and then, okay, and she shopped. And the next day, she shopped. And again, she feels so guilty and asks Holy Spirit again, and should I stop now? And no, go ahead. So, and shop. So, she doesn't need to feel guilty anymore to shop, because Holy Spirit encouraged you to shop more. So then she doesn't need to feel guilty, and then feeling so bored to shop. So and she feels like, well, I don't need to shop anymore. And Holy Spirit said, maybe so. It's a time to stop because you lost interest. Through yourself, Holy Spirit, so wise. So you understand that in this case, it's show us clearly, if you don't have any guilty, and if you don't have any fear, you don't need to see any problem. Any other questions? or any someone can add to my delegate? You can tell anything I don't say, or you are both teacher
I think you said it perfectly. You said it perfectly.
What?
I think you said it perfectly.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You don't know what you need, and asking for help is very important. And listening.
Yes,
When you don't
listening.
hear the answer,
Yes.
you're not listening.
Yes, yes, yes. Another, thank you very much. Another very, very important thing is once you ask, you have to get answer. We tend to ask so many things, and right after that, we start doing by ourselves. Meaning, like you call radio station and ask something to a personality, and then next moment you just tune a different station. You missed us any answer. So you have to tune, stay tuned, and till you finally get answer. So stay tuned. Yeah, it's very important. I found Omar there. You like to say something about the feeling?
I'm just soaking it up, and I'm loving everything I hear, and I have nothing to say right now.
But,
Well, I suppose I
you
could.
are great hearer, and you agree?
I agree very much.
Okay, thank you.
Once you ask, and then how do you hear the voice, or how do I am a beginner, so how do you get the answer? Do you hear something, or do you see something?
Good question.
I find that for me, it's like a gut feeling. One time, I don't know if you know Alan Stone, who wrote The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore. That book, when I read that, that was when I first heard of Course in Miracles. And I don't remember if it was in his book or at a lecture of his. He had everybody take out a coin in their pocket and ask some kind of question that was a yes or no answer. It should be this, it should be that. And drop the coin on the ground, and your first response to whatever, like one side is going to be yes and the other side is no, and your first response to whatever the coin says is your gut feeling.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So answer is use coin and accept it. Coin or someone's talking, or you might hear some voice or guts.
So how about using the pendulum?
Pendulum is great. Trump card, great. Anything is great.
Well, continue on that same thought. The example he gave, because he had us all do this through it, he said, even if the answer comes up no, and you really wanted the answer to be yes, your response to disappointment when you see that it's yes instead of no, or no instead of yes, is your answer.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, if you are disappointed, it's a good news because your small fearful thought is wrong, right? Okay.
Do you throw the coin?
Do you what?
Do you throw the coin?
Yeah.
Throw it.
Get a good coin from mom.
Okay.
Yeah, you a special coin, and
Okay.
use that special coin. Yeah. So, they're waiting?
Guys are ready?
Oh, dancers are waiting?
They want to go last.
Oh, okay, so they are wait a month.
So you guys go next.
Second way.
They want to go last. They're not ready.
Oh my God. So we
Okay,
first.
any other answers? Questions? Or answers?
Big coin?
Coin? Yeah.
I wish I could throw it long.
まだだよな。
When you are working with a client, and are you addressing the spiritual self of the client or your own spiritual self for your answers?
Oh, no, I all the time talk with the person's spirit.
Okay.
Yeah, always talking to me. And most greatest thing is the someone just asks me something, and I see the power of his spirit, and answer is also just for me too. Oh, I wanted to get this message for myself. So this is a great thing about healing. Okay, so you got it? Coin. And you can do coin, okay? And okay, you don't know what most important thing for you.
Coin.
So, and everyone can do that. And you don't need to keep a fearful mind. You are scared and you feel you lost the confidence, and you feel, oh, I'm not good enough. So if you feel so, you can ask Holy Spirit to change it. Okay? You are really, you have a strength and wisdom and almighty. You are almighty. Don't forget. Okay? Not only kids, adults, we are almighty. Okay?